Okay, so what about something like this? Let me make this bigger. That's hard to see. What are we going to do? Okay, one thing here that I kind of threw this at you, but I'm going to point something out before we even start. That mixed number over there. Mixed numbers, we don't deal with mixed numbers anymore. Mixed numbers are for middle school. We don't do that in high school. So first thing we want to do is convert that into a fraction. Okay, how do we do that? Okay, good. Yeah, so 6 1/3, we have 6 times 3, we have 18 thirds plus another third, right? So 19 thirds. So we could rewrite that as 1/3 times the quantity 9x plus 1 equals 19 thirds. Now, we left off yesterday saying that with the order of operations tree, we go top down to simplify or evaluate, right? But when we want to isolate a variable or solve, what do? Bottom up. Okay, so what's our first step going to be then? Okay, yeah, let's look at this. So outside of the parentheses, we don't get to the parentheses until we get there. Outside of the parentheses, is there any addition or subtraction that I have to undo to get that x by itself? And really that's my goal here, is just to get the x by itself. And something you'll hear me say 1,000 times this year, when we're solving an equation, if you can point to a single variable, you can isolate it, right? You can always isolate it if you can point to a single variable by reversing order of operations. So to free that x, do we need to add or subtract anything outside of parentheses? No, we do not. Check. Move on. What about multiply or divide? Yeah, we do, don't we? Because the x is trapped inside the parentheses, inside this quantity, right? But the quantity is being multiplied by 1/3, so I have to undo multiplying by 1/3, which I do by, what, how? Dividing by, no. Dividing by 1/3, but we really don't choose to do that. Instead, we'll multiply by 3, okay? So if we want to undo multiplying by 1/3, we're just going to multiply both sides by 3/1. Make sense? Okay. So we'll check that step off. These guys cancel, and then at that point, we're left with just the 9x plus 1. Do I need the parentheses anymore? I don't. Once I get the parentheses by themselves, I can abandon them, and I just get 9x plus 1 equals, well, what can I do over here? Because I'm multiplying fractions, couldn't do this if I was adding, but because I'm multiplying, I can cross-cancel, and I just get 19. And now we're inside the parentheses, so how do I know what order to go in? Start over, right? Inside the parentheses, I use PEMDAS. So what's the first thing I do? Subtract 1. 9x equals, then x equals. Okay? Because this is a solve for x problem, they're a little harder to do maybe, but the advantage is they're so easy to check. How do I check it? Plug it in. Plug in 2 up here, and does it work? Let's see. 2 times 9 is 18, plus 1 is 19. 19 over 3 is equal to, we already said that's 19 thirds, isn't it? So yeah, it worked. Make sense? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to let you work. I think you guys are ready to go. Let's head down to 205. Bring everything with you. We'll just go from there. We'll leave from there.